This is Dano, aka Daniela. Sorry about my fan that's blowing in the background. I know it's making a lot of noise, but it is what it is. I'm here to make this video to respond to Cynthia G, man. Very disappointed in her, but what can I say? She doesn't have the Most High as her foundation. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because Cynthia G had made a comment saying that no offense to Israelite men, but I believe she believes that men that subscribe to it are just as bad as, you know what, let me play it back so that you can hear her say it herself.
Engaging in typical beta male activity. So I want to come on here and talk about that, kind of, address some of the rumors. I'm going to show you guys some of the comments and just kind of give you an overview so you can recognize beta male actions when you see it. The thing is, a lot of people, black men specifically, they'll tell me that and they'll just say in general for black women, they'll say one of the problem is that black women don't call out black feminists. But the interesting thing is, black men don't call out these beta males trying to pose as alpha males, whining and crying, subscribing to doctrine that they feel is going to somehow elevate them in a position above women. And my thing of it is this isn't to specifically call anyone out, and it's no hate to people who decide to be Hebrew Israelites, but the same way black feminism is associated with anti-black men, I associate Hebrew Israelite males with anti-women and women bashing.
That's complete bullshit. There's only a few camps out there who bash women. If you look at majority of the camps, they don't bash women. They bash everyone who's not doing right. Period. It doesn't matter if you're a male, female. They will bash you for not being right, for being a sinner, for out here sleeping with multiple fucking women. They get on men all the time about sleeping around, committing adultery, all that stuff, being dogs and stuff like that. So you can't say that we're anti-women, because we're not. You must just only look at GMS, because GMS, a lot of them are anti-women. A lot of us believe that they're gay. I went to the first day of the Pesach yesterday, and we had mostly women there. I believe about half of us. It was half. It was about 10 to 15 men and about 10 to 15 women and about 20 children there. You know what I'm saying? All at the Pesach, enjoying the first day of the Pesach, which is the Passover. There were no anti-men doctrine. There was no anti-woman doctrine. We were going over our true history, which is what it is. We are the Hebrew Israelites. It's not no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We are. When you look at prophecy and the things that we're going through as a people, this stuff is prophesized. Cynthia G, I don't know you personally, but there's a good chance that you're an Israelite. It's a 99.9% chance that you're an Israelite. I'm going to let her go on and continue.
Because this is what I'm starting to notice with them who subscribe to that doctrine. And it's not just the Hebrew Israelite doctrine. It seems to be anybody that associates themselves with the Christian doctrine.
We don't even associate ourselves with the Christian doctrine. We slave the Christian doctrine. If you look at, like, I'll probably say 70% of the video. No, it's more like 99.9% of the videos are cutting down Christian doctrines. That's the main doctrine we have to cut down, because a lot of our people are misled by the Christian doctrine. Now, am I saying that we're not the true Christians? No, I'm not saying that, because we are the true Christians. Christians is Christ-like. We are not following a white God. The Bible has never been a white man's book. The man who translated it over into English, King James, he was a black man himself. And you can go and do this research yourself and find out that he was a black man, and that a lot of the portraits that exist today, they whitewashed them, and they even changed their pictures. Google Russian icons. They talk about it all in that book, how throughout all of Europe, they changed a lot of the prestigious families and the powerful kings and powerful men of Europe into white people, from black men into white. This is all over Europe. You know what I'm saying? And if you just do a little bit of studying and see, this is why a lot of our people are waking up, and they're waking up so much that even Cynthia sees it. Is because, you see Hebrew Israelite sisters and brothers waking up everywhere, commenting everywhere, like, hey, if you get on train with this, then you're heading in the right direction. If you hop on this Hebrew Israelite train, now you're going to the right direction. I see brothers and sisters all the time, like, hey, Cynthia, or hey, Tariq, or hey, Dr. Umar Johnson, why don't you know that you're an Israelite, and stuff like that. I see this all the time. So we're waking up because it's so simple. When you study history, when you study the Bible, you study what happened to us as a people, you will see that it's evident that us Negroes, people of Negro descent in the Americas, mostly in the Americas, and of Native American descent, including Latinos, because most of them are Native American descent or Negro descent, we are the true Israelites. You can look through prophecy to know that we are Israelites. It's so obvious. It's very obvious. This is why a lot of us are starting to wake up. But people like Cynthia, without studying, they think that we're a woman-hating group, that we follow Christian doctrines, which we don't. We don't. They even think that we follow the Christian doctrine as if we're taking on a white man's religion, which we don't. The Israelites, we are the Israelites. We were never white, have never been white. We don't believe, it's not like we're like a group of black people like, hey, we want to be Israelites. We're just black Israelites. Yeah, those Israelis are real Israelites, but we just want a part of it. Let's just join in. No, that's not the case. Through prophecy, through our history, we are the Israelites. We just lost our identity. The scriptures even tell us this. So it's not like we're bandwagoning onto the white man's religion. It's not. It has never been his culture at all. It has never been. After they took over Europe, they took over all of our possessions. All of our possessions. So, it's not that we're following Christian doctrine and all this stuff. We're following the true Christian doctrine. All these other people have these white churches, even these black, Baptist churches and all. They're all frauds. They're all fakes. And our number one doctrine that we teach as Israelites is that who our God is, who the true God is, who Jesus is, who the true Jesus is, and who we are as a people, who we are, our identity, our nationality, and the laws and commandments, our culture that was given to us by the Most High. That is what we teach. Those are our main doctrines. Yes, we get on sisters about the shit that they're wearing, that women are not supposed to wear, pants. They're not supposed to wear any clothing that pertains to men. We teach that. When we see a sister with blonde hair in her head, or like in Cynthia's case, a sister with straight hair. And so this is one thing, this is one bone I got to pick with Cynthia. Cynthia is a beautiful woman. There is no reason for her to be wearing a white woman's hairstyle on her head. Some black people try to say, oh, the ancient Egyptians, they used to wear wigs. We're not Egyptians. We're not Egyptians. And above all that, even though black people did wear wigs back then, we're trying to teach self-love, because if you ain't got self-love, you're really not in it for your people. If you can't love yourself personally, how can I trust you to love all of your people? So that's why we teach that stuff, to get away from self-hatred, so that you can come back and love yourself and love your people. That's why we get on it. We get on the same thing about brothers. Sagging, having white friends, dating white women. That's a big thing. We talk about that all the time, about black men marrying and having children with with white women. We get on everybody. The same things we talk about women. Of course, there's certain things that pertain only to women. Just like there's only certain things that pertain only to men. We are not a woman-hating group at all. We love our women. That was a gift given to us by the Most High. We don't think that we are... the scriptures tell us that, basically... the woman is supposed to love us and revere us the same as we revere Christ. That doesn't mean that she is a weak, pathetic thing. just because she submits herself unto her husband. That's a womanly role. You know, and she didn't, this sister, she didn't argue this, but this is the point that I'm making is, there's no problem with that at all. The only person that will teach you that is white women while they submit to their husbands. They will tell a black woman that submits to your man is wrong while they submit to their man. You know, that's complete bullshit. And we got to get away from that. You know, but, you know, we are not a man, we are not a woman-hating group. We are not anything related to the modern day Christian. They took our book. These white people, they took our books and they taught us what they wanted to teach us out of that book. After we lost who we were, they taught us who they wanted us to be in the book, the commandments they want us to follow. That's why these Negroes in church saying the same thing. They would read one line and then they would spend a whole afternoon talking about what the pastor ate last night. We'll make fucking songs about Thanksgiving, what we're preparing for Thanksgiving. That coon is bullshit. We teach the truth. Most of us do. Yes, there are some camps that go off and, you know, they just hate on black women. Back in the day, I used to watch a lot of GMS videos, and they used to just hate on black women while sleeping up with white women. You know, so that's why I fell way back from them. I stopped messing with them, you know. But, you know, we love our women. I mean, because without our women, we cannot exist. I mean, our women are the most beautiful women in the world. I have mentioned this many times before. If you go around to different videos, different camps, brothers talk about how our women are the best women on the earth. But they just need to come back to their righteousness. Just like brothers here, we need to come back and start to be righteous like how we used to be. I mean, we were never a completely righteous people. But we were striving for that. We're never going to be perfect until we make it to the kingdom. But we want to try to strive to be Christ-like, which is what Christian means. We're not following the white man. We have nothing to do with the modern white man's church, that synagogue of fucking Satan, because that's what it is. They stole your culture, your history, Cynthia. You are the best. You come from the best nation on the face of this planet. Greatness descends from your tribe, from your nation, which is Israel, Yashala. We have nothing to do with these white people, and it just pisses me off when I see black people all the time mention Hebrew Israelites like, look at these clowns out here following the white man's religion. No. Oh, they changed God to be black just so it can fit in with them. No, that's not what it is. Read the Bible, and you will find out that the Bible is not for everyone. That's only for Israel, who we are. Which you will find out that we're Israel through prophecy in the Bible. The Bible will tell you that the Israelites were black people. Not only does the Bible, which is nothing but a book of history and records, but also archaeology, portraits. And even though we can't go and visit these places and see the portraits ourselves, we can definitely buy books that have these portraits. Just like I have the book with the Native Americans that show them once being black. You know? And it's funny because when I show people that book, they are fascinated. I mean, they are, most of the time they're without words because their mind is blown back so hard. You know what I'm saying? But it's a great book. And the same thing with Russian icons, show you how these white people would change the black portraits that were in Europe of the saints, of the apostles, of the prophets, and of Jesus, and of his family, his mother. You know, they changed them from being black to being white. You can still even go over to some old European cities and find portraits or artifacts of, you know, ancient kings in Europe, and even the Israelites being black. You know, the populace, the general populace being black, the ruling families, even the ruling class of people were black people. We ruled Europe. This is no fictional thing, and a lot of black people are waking up, and it's only done by the Most High. You know, praise the Most High. All praises to the Most High for us waking up. But the thing is that we got to realize is that not all of us are going to wake up. But it is our job to spread, you know, the gospel wherever we go. whoever receives it, receives it. Whoever doesn't, is not really our problem. But when we do that, and they turn away from us, they turn away from the knowledge, their blood is off our hands. Because remember, us who do have that knowledge, we are the watchmen of the gate. You know what I'm saying? If we fall asleep on the job, guess what? Their blood is on our hand. If we turn around, we see an army coming, and we turn around without warning anybody, guess what? Everybody in that town, everybody in that city, their blood is on our hands. So our job as a watchman of the gate is to let everyone know of the pending doom that's coming upon this earth. And for us to get righteous so that we can even have a chance to be with the Heavenly Father, so we can even have a chance to be in the kingdom with Yahweh Shai. With Jesus, for people who don't know. Jesus is not no blonde hair, blue eyed guy. That's not the case. Oh man, it's just terrible how we've been deceived, how the whole world has been deceived. But when you do your proper studying, and I'll tell you, this stuff is easy to find. It's so easy to find. To find like just artifacts and portraits of the Israelites being black, and where the modern day concept of the Jesus image come from. So easy, Some people are just blind, they don't have the ears to hear or the eyes to see, and then some people are just willfully just being ignorant to the fact. And it seems like she has come across that. I really hope and I pray that she does a little deeper digging for her own sake. Because it seemed like her heart is in the right place. Like, I really don't have any problems with Cynthia. Sometimes it is a little hard for me to watch her videos because sometimes it seems like she has some difficulties in articulating herself. But, it is what it is. I don't fault the sister for that at all. Everybody have their gifts and talents, and not even I. Like, I don't even articulate myself perfectly all the time, but she puts in the work. I can't say that she puts in physical work because I've never seen her do anything outside of this. But this is good, for her to get people talking and talking about things that do matter. And I know that there's a bunch of people who do talk, but she's one of the better ones out there. And, it's good that she at least shows some type of concern for, for her people and stuff. But I have not watched this whole video. I actually started watching this and I heard that and I was like, oh, let me address that. Because we are not women hater. We are not following a white man's religion. She didn't say that we were following a white man's religion, or at least I didn't see her say. Let me listen to her a little bit more.
And I know that they like to say that they don't really consider themselves Christian, but to me, if you read from this,
we don't consider ourselves what you would call the modern day Christian. All of us will agree, yeah, we are Christian because Christian means Christ-like. We are followers of Christ. That's what Christians are. The apostles, they were the first Christians, the apostles. Peter, Paul, all of them, they were the first Christians because they were the first followers of Christ. What was I saying? I was saying something. But yeah, we do consider ourselves Christians, but not the modern day Christians. These modern day Christians that you see up in church, they are nothing more than just wicked, hypocritical, evil fucking people. Evil. And I'm not going to say all of them are. Not all of them are. A lot of them are misled. A lot of our brothers and sisters, I'm talking about blacks and Hispanics who are in these churches, are misled. And then some of them are just so into their ways. They're just so burned into their ways that they don't care. And they will die being wrong. And they don't care about it because they have a wicked heart. Some of us have wicked hearts and don't even know it. Even if some of us brothers and sisters who are in the truth, we have wicked hearts. All of us do. We are all born wicked. We are all born into sin. But see, what we are trying to do is trying to perfect ourselves, to work on ourselves. Because we know that we won't be perfect, like I mentioned before, but we try to work on ourselves. But yeah. Well, let me move on past this.
Same Bible as Christians, and if
yeah, but that's our Bible. The thing is the man who translated it from the Greek and Hebrew, he was black, and so was why can't I think? William Shakespeare, who also helped translate a lot of the Bible. He was actually black. And you can find this stuff everywhere, man. This stuff is so elementary now, you know, just because it's so accessible. Let me tell you, when I came into the truth a long time ago, it was hard to find this stuff. Now, I'm one of those brothers who knows a lot about history. You know, there's a lot of brothers who've been in the truth shorter than I have, and they are way more well versed in the scriptures than I am. Me, I'm more on the academic side when it comes to history. You know, you can talk about anything in history, and for the most part, I don't know what you're talking about. Then there's some brothers who are not well versed in history, but are well versed in scriptures. You know what I'm saying? And with both of us working together, beautiful things can happen. You know what I'm saying? With bringing out this knowledge. But anyways, let me continue. And no, see, now the scriptures say that suffer not a woman to speak in church, and there's a lot of scriptures. There's a few scriptures that talk about women speaking, and that if she wants to learn, she has to learn from her husband. And just scriptures like that turn off some women, not a lot of women, because there's a lot of women in our. Let me tell you, we are not like some cult of just men. No, you may only see the men on the streets. Why? Because they're the ones who are supposed to go out and teach. But go back to the churches, go back to the buildings and stuff like that. You will see the women there, and even sometimes off camera, you'll see the women there standing there supporting them. I know that sometimes the brothers from Sakari, they have their wives sitting out there with them. You know what I'm saying? Tending to the children and stuff. So it's not like it's just a establishment just full of men. It's not like we're what you would call a fraternity or anything like that. It's not what it is. That's not what it is. But if you want to break it down to the definition, yeah, because we're dealing with it is a brotherhood, but it's also a sisterhood. It's a nation. That's what it is. But there is brotherhood within it, and there is sisterhood within it. And we are a family. That's what we are. That's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to steal anything from white man. The white man has stolen a lot from us, Cynthia, and I'm sure you know that. I'm sure you know that. And I hope that she knows that Christianity is not a white man's religion. Christianity is not even a religion in the first place. Anyone who says it is, they're uneducated. It is basically a following of faith through through Yahweh Shai, through our customs and cultures that was given to us and ordained by the Most High. But yeah.
You subscribe to the same belief system as Christians.
We don't. I already said this many times before, so I'm not going to really harp on it.
Meaning that black people were put into slavery as some punishment for not keeping God's commandments, then to me, you are a Christian.
Oh, Cynthia. You know, I think I remember her saying before that she's a spiritual woman. But I don't really want to get into that all like that. But being spiritual, according to the scripture, means keeping the commandments of the Most High, because we find out that the spirit, that's just being spiritual in general, is keeping God's commandments. So all these people out here who's telling you they're being spiritual, not according to the scriptures. Now, I do believe that there is, something of messing with spirits or dabbling in a spiritual world. You know, people who worship, demons and things of that sort, and these pagan religions and things like that. But I wonder what Cynthia would consider herself. Because a lot of these, I find very disturbing when a lot of these people who are pro-black, they want to stay as far away from what they call religion as possible. But all religion is nothing more than just following something, or yeah, like, let me, I'm just gonna look up. Let me go over here. Okay, so religion. Oh. Oops. Ah, shit. I'm probably just misspelling the hell out of that. Okay, so religion. Okay. Okay, so of course we see that religion has many different many different definitions. Well, I'm just gonna read these right here. Okay. Where are my glasses? Anyways, can't find my glasses. So it says that the belief in a in and worship of a superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods. Okay, so I'm gonna go down to the other one. A particular system of faith or worship. Now, right there, that could be a lot of things. You know, that can be the whole pro-black movement right there, because it's a system of faith. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people have faith in a lot of these leaders. Like, for example, Dr. Umar Johnson. His whole following can be considered a religion. Why? Because it's a system of faith and worship. A lot of people worship him. I talk about this all the time. How a lot of people put him on a pedestal, and then when he fucks up and show that he's a human, a lot of people are extremely disappointed to where they go off on the deep end. You know, I talk about how I'm disappointed in people, but it's not in the sense that I'm following them. It's like, I thought that you knew better than that, or I hope that you knew better than that. It's not like, oh, Cynthia, she doesn't do this. Oh my God, now I'm completely lost without her. No, I know that Cynthia is a human. I know that she is flawed as a human. You know, but me, I'm just saddened to see her be ignorant in her ways. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, anything. Football can be considered a religion. Why? Because it has a particular system of faith and worship. So the point that I'm trying to make, and then, okay, I'm going to read the other one. A pursuit or interest of which someone ascribes supreme importance. That could be a lot of things. The beehive that Beyonce has. Football, soccer, boxing, MMA, stuff like that. So, you know, religion is, you know, that's a word I won't really use with us, because it's not a religion at all. You know, it's a culture. When you look at it, what we teach is to keep the commandments of the Most High. And the commandments that the Most High gave us is a culture. It tells us how to eat, how to live. How to live! Oh, get this box. Sorry, how to live. That is what it is teaching us, how to live. How we're supposed to live our lives. You know, and no other people live their lives like how we did, because they didn't have the same culture as us. You know, so anyways.
Okay.
Let me go back a little bit.
Himself with the Christian doctrine. And I know that they like to say that they don't really consider themselves Christian. But to me, if you read from the same Bible as Christians, and if you subscribe to the same belief system as Christians, meaning that Black people were put into slavery as some punishment for not keeping God's commandments, then to me, you are a Christian.
No. You know, most Christians don't even read most of the Bible. Most Christians, I can tell you this, most Christians only know like John 3:16. That's all they know. They don't know the same things we know about the prophecies and things of, you know, things of that sort. They don't know about these things. So, yeah, Cynthia, you can't just say
okay
that.
So my thing of it is you have a lot of these men that subscribe to the Hebrew Israelite doctrine, and it just so happens that all of them have a very negative, very disgusting attitude towards women, to the
Now, I wonder, is she bearing false witness right now, or is she just talking about from what she see? Because now she's saying that that's bearing false witness right there. But not all of us feel that way. I can tell you this. I'd probably say about over 80% of us don't feel that way. I will say that they're very small sects. One of them, the only one of them that I can name right now is called GMS. Those are the ones that I have seen more than anyone saying how they just downright hate Black women. And I have seen them say that, and I have seen them date white women and do a bunch of abominable things, like, period. But I can't really name anything. I can't name any other camp. IUIC, they don't bash Black women. ISUPK, nope. One West, Nope. One Body. Nope. Sakari. Nope. What other camps? There's a bunch of other camps that I can't think of. The brothers that I deal with, we don't bash women. Um, I mean, I can't name any camps except for GMS. GMS is the only one that I have seen like downright saying how the black woman is disgusting, and all this stuff, and they've been caught in these little scandals messing around white women and all pushed up on white women and crap like that. But yeah, House of Israel, I haven't seen any brothers over there bashing black. All of them are married. Look, most of these brothers out here who are teaching the truth, most of them are married to black or Hispanic women. Black or Hispanic women, most of them. So, look, I don't doubt that she has not seen Hebrew Israelites brothers bashing black women, because yeah, they are. But you don't see too many of those videos anymore. Most of those videos of Hebrew Israelites bashing black women are old. They're like from like 2008 and stuff like that. 2008, 9, 10. Because GMS has died down a lot since a lot of these other camps have popped up, teaching the truth. And a lot of brothers get on GMS about how they talk bad about black women. So it's not like we just sit there and just let that shit fly. Now, one thing I do agree with Cynthia on is the fact that there are some brothers out here who do not say shit about these brothers bashing our women. I say it all the time, so I know I don't have to defend myself. But, I feel what she's saying. A lot of brothers do need to step the fuck up. Stop letting these beta males. I like to call them zeta males or zeta males, which is the last. Well, it is the last in the I believe it's the last alphabet in the Greek and the Latin alphabet. But yeah, I whatever. It is what it is. Beta alpha or beta males. Yeah, we need to stop letting these beta males, slander our women who are doing right. Because I'm not saying that our women are perfect and that they should go without being, scolded for their bad behaviors, but we have to acknowledge at the same time, I believe that there's always should be a balance. When we mention how fucked up our sisters are doing, we should also mention how well they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, these sisters are fucked up, but guess what? There are good black women out there. Because that's the truth. Yeah, we have sisters who fuck up all the time. I see them, and I'm disgusted with them too. Just like the video I made last week with the sisters, who were on that sign for stealing. Yeah, disgusting as hell. I'm disgusted with them. They're sickening. And if I ever met them and they're just as bad, they're disgusting, I would never want to have anything to do with them at all. But at the same time, there are good women out here. There are good black women out here who do care, who do want to be good wives, who do want to be good mothers, who want to be good people in general. They want to be a good person. So I never dismiss that, but there are brothers out here who just bash black women. And the thing is that majority of the men who bash black women are not Hebrew Israelites. They're just regular niggas who want to get into the white man's world. That's who they are. Majority of these black men out here who hate black women want to be in the white man's world. Us Hebrew Israelites, as people call us, we don't want to have anything to do with the white man's world at all. We want our women, we want our families to ourselves. We want our own nation. And we're going to build that nation. And yes, we are going through shit right now because of the sins that we have committed for transgressing the Most High's commandments. We are suffering right now for our sins and the sins of our forefathers. That is what is going on right now. That's why we are at the bottom of the barrel fighting each other, black and Hispanics. That's why we're at the bottom. Because of the sins of our forefathers and our sins. That's why we're not going to come up out of this situation without the Most High. It's not that we're trying to give our power over to someone because we feel like we're beaten as a people and that we can't do it ourselves. No, that's not what it is. Because through prophecy, there's going to be a lot that we're going to physically have to do. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to put the boot to the ground. And we're going to have to get down, dirty, and gritty. It's going to be a lot that we're going to have to do. And I was talking to one of the elders last night. There's going to be, all of us aren't going to make it. All of us aren't going to make it to the wilderness. All of us aren't going to make it out of the wilderness. But he that endureth to the end, you know, he that endured to the end will make it to the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? And that's what our job is right now, to try to endure to the end. You know, because we're going to go through some tough times, especially what's going on in Syria right now. You know, the wars and rumors of wars. That's what's going on right now. And it's getting bad. And the best thing we can do as a people is prepare ourselves, you know, spiritually and physically. That's the best thing we can do right now, is turn back to the Most High, reserve our ticket for the kingdom of heaven. Because it's not just going to be us just sitting down. That's the Hebrew Israelite movement. We're not. A movement back to our true identity. It's not about sitting down and praying to an invisible man in the sky. That's not what it's about. And I hate that people chalk it up to that's only what it is. That's not what it is. Yes, we have faith in our Most High. Yes, we want to keep we got faith in Yahweh, and we do want to keep His commandments. But there's going to be things that He's going to require us to do, to even have things to kick off, to even happen. And it's not going to be us just sitting on our hands, or, you know, or sitting on our butts and praying all the time. No. Of course, there's going to be time for that. We're going to be praying, but of course, there's going to be time where we're going to be physical. We're going to be physically out here doing things, going to war, slaying. So, yeah. So, anyways, let me see what she's saying.
Agree that they have to. And they'll try to call it alpha male behavior. It's really not. But they are not happy unless they're somehow metaphorically putting their foot on black women's necks. And just women in general.
That's not us. Sorry, Aqua. That's not us. Sorry, sis. That is not us. That's not us. We don't. Why? Those are. The Bible says that we're going to cleave unto our women and become one flesh. That's like stepping on your damn head. Well, I'm not going to say stepping on your head. That's like stepping on your damn foot. That's like stepping on your arm. That's like stabbing yourself and trying to... That's like saying, hey, I got to climb this mountain today. And you know what? Since my right side of my body, that's where my strong arm is. That's where my strong leg is. I'm just going to stab my left hand, my left side of my body, which is the woman. I'm going to stab that side of my body. So that, because it's the weaker side. No, we are a body. We cleave unto each other as one flesh. And in order to climb that mountain, which will most likely kill us, we would probably die and bleed out before we even make it 1/4 of that mountain. We want our whole damn body to do that. And our wives are a part of us. You know, any man who is married will tell you, any good man who is married to his wife and love his wife will tell you that his wife is his better half. You know, our women are a part of us. We don't feel good stepping on our women. We don't love that shit. We don't like it. That's like stepping on our own hand. That's like stepping on our own foot. That's like stepping on ourselves. That's like disabling our body parts. Why would we want to do that? That makes no fucking sense. The people who you're seeing this self-hate from are brothers out here who want to be in a white man's world, and we don't want that. As Israelites, we do not want to be in a white man's world, because our kingdom that the Most High is going to establish for us, that Hamashiach is going to establish for us, is going to be way better than this. It's going to be much better than this kingdom that we're presiding in right now. So we don't want to be in that world. But I can tell you this, you know, I have family members who marry white women, who date white women. They want to be in a white man's world, and a lot of them become bitter because they're not accepted into the white man's world, but they still date white women. They bash the black women. But I'm not like that. Other brothers who are in the truth, we're not like that. A lot of us Israelites, we're not like that, because we know who we are, and we know that we value ourselves more than anyone, any other race of people, any other nation of people. So we'll never do that to our women. Y'all are our ribs. You know what I'm saying? You are our Eves. We are your Adam. Adam could not. He didn't enjoy his existence without Eve. Why will we enjoy our existence without our Eves? That makes no sense at all. So Cynthia, I don't want to say that you're doing this because you hate us, because you say that you're not doing this out of disrespect, but I'm just trying to enlighten you, because I feel like you're kind of ignorant on some levels. And I'm not saying ignorant in a bad way, but you're just lacking the knowledge of what we do, how we exist, how we function. Yes, there are some brothers out here who are just wicked and evil. We don't fuck with those people. We don't fuck with them. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you this. If a brother was a woman hating, if there was a brother who hated black women and shit, like, I believe even IUIC had mentioned that there was a brother who did not like black women. They threw his ass up out of here with the quickness. They threw him out with the quickness. If I ever read at camp, and there was some brother who came along like, hey, yeah, I believe in Yahweh and all this stuff, and I know there were Israelites, and he said that he hates black women, I'd be like, brother, love your women, and then you can come back and deal with me. You can come back and I can teach you, or we can commune together. But if you don't love your women, you don't love yourself, you don't love your people, period, because your women create your people that you supposedly love. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I do have some things I do need to do, but I do want to address another video about this swirler who was kicked out of the Petco. Now, Cynthia mentioned a few times in this video that that the sister is sleeping up with, you know, I'm just gonna play it. I'm just gonna respond to what she's saying.
Discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. But while officers were at the store, Cron said Montgomery did not mention the slur or make any allegations about being racially targeted. How did they prove that, though? How did they prove it? Have they gave you, because they have cameras and recorders on their bodies, so did they show you that to confirm it, or are we just going by their word? Because if we're just going by their word, then it will make sense that they would deny it, because of course they don't want to be held responsible or face a lawsuit for condoning racism. I don't believe that she didn't make any mention of that. And then they're just talking about she operates the Null Heart Kennels and Training Academy, which specializes in service and therapy dog obedience, certification, and other dog behavior modification and training services. She said similar incidents with employees have been going on for the past 2 months. And guess why she would give this a pass? Because she's dating a white person. So she's more likely to sympathize with racism. An employee at Coralville location claiming to be the store manager declined comment on the incident or to give his name. Stephanie Wilson, a Petco spokesperson, said via email that the store is looking into the incident. And then they're giving this generic, we don't tolerate discrimination that all companies give. So Montgomery says she has contacted the store's corporate office to see if she does return to the store, if she will be accused of, why would you want to return to the store? This is, look at this stupid mentality. This is retarded. If she will be accused of trespassing but has not yet received a response. She says she does not plan to return to the store in the near future and plans to reach out to local organizations for help in making sure a similar incident doesn't happen again. Look.
Only a similar incident is going to happen again if another Negro steps up in that store. If she's surrounded by a bunch of white people, which she probably is, it's not going to happen to them. They're going to shop. What she's probably going to do with the people who she's connected with is going to tell them, hey, they were racist to me. Don't shop there, please. And some white people, I'm sure, are probably going to still shop there.
Look. So you have this woman, and a lot of black people do this, whether male or female, who is dating within the white supremacist community, and then she's enlisting the help of these organizations who you can guarantee is going to be predominantly black to help them to fight a racist battle within the group of people.
Yeah, and that shit makes me sick. That shit makes me sick. Anyways, what she's talking about is there's this situation with this sister out there in Iowa. She basically went to Petco. The woman who worked at the store, who was a white woman, said that she was like soliciting on in the store and kicked her out, whatever. But she was lying. Well, the sister said that she was just being racist, called her racist names, and was just being rude and crazy to her for no reason. The white woman called the cops and had her escorted away from there, saying that if she comes back that she's going to be hit with trespassing. So that is basically what happened. But what was I going to say? Yeah, what I hate is when black people are cooning like a mug, man. Like, they're dating, they're married, to white people. Then when some crazy shit happens to them, they run to black organizations like the NAACP. They try to run to what is that, Black Lives Matter and stuff like that to try to get help. It's like, whoa, you're married to a white person. Why don't you go and get something that helps white people? Because you're trying to marry with a white person and trying to make white children with this white person. Why don't you go off and run off to them? You know what I'm saying? Go and get help from them. Don't get help from people who are trying to help black people or supposedly trying to help black people. You know, you want to be white, let the white people take care of you. But see, this woman, she's getting a rude awakening. She probably had a perfect little Conan life. You know, raised around white people, living around white people, date white people. And the air was so fresh and crisp to her every time she woke up in the morning because she got to live the life of a coon. And then, bam, she hit that wall. And see, this is the thing. Every coon is going to hit that wall. Why? Because there's racist white people out here who don't give a fuck that you're cooning, that you put them above your people. And there's white people out here who don't give a fuck about that. They hate you because of who you are. And, you know, the woman, she mentioned that in here. That, you know, they treat her like that just because of her race. Yeah. So why do you want to be around those people that hate you because of your race? Why do you want to procreate with someone from that same race that hates you because of your race? I don't know. It just don't make sense to me.
That she's dating. How much sense does that make? It makes absolutely no sense.
Face of a
like, I don't understand the rationale.
You know, it's sad because the other day I was walking around and I saw these two dark chocolate. I'm not sure if they were. I think one was like African, other one was African American. Both beautiful, dark chocolate, walking around with white guys. And not just like walking around with white guys, but walking around with white guys in skimpy fucking outfits. You see a bunch of white women everywhere. And yeah, some of them were wearing skimpy outfits, but majority of them were wearing like pretty moderate clothing in the warm weather. While these were like the only two sisters I seen. Super dark, dating white guys. Sad, sad, sad. Sad. That self-hatred is so real. But they don't understand. Times are going to get tough, especially for them. The coons, the times are going to be so tough for them soon. They don't even know it, man, because it's going to be a great divide here in the United States. And it's like, whose side are you on? I can tell you this. Majority of us black people are tired of white people's shit. But we see a coon, it ain't going to be no asking. It's going to be killing. We see a black man with a white woman, he's dead. We see a white woman, if we see a white man with a black woman, they're dead. And I'm sure the other side is going to do the same thing because white people are very, very fucking ruthless. There ain't going to be nope, I don't even want y'all to split up. I want to kill you both. That's how it's going to be. That's how that mentality is going to be. What the fuck is this shit? I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, that's how that shit's going to be. That's how that's going to be. You know, so people like her, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad for them. They got, you know, I really believe people who are swirling are just so delusional. It's like we live in a very trying time where a lot of us are being killed. It's very obvious that we're getting closer and closer to a racial war, and you still want to be in the midst of your enemies. Like, what world are you living in? Like, are we living in two alternate universes or something? Are you not seeing the same thing that majority of black people are seeing? What's going on? I mean, I don't understand. So I believe that a lot of these swirling ass Negroes out here, they are delusional, and they're gonna be hurting soon, and I can't wait. These cooning ass niggas and bed wenches out here, ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait. It's gonna get tough for them very, very soon. And I wish I could be a fly on the wall for every situation when a coon is being, getting that justice executed on them swiftly. I wish I could be a fly for every one of their situations, man. But anyways, moving on.
Now of black people where they think you can lay up with the same people that you're essentially trying to dismantle for their racist behavior.
Well, see, this is the thing. This woman, she's not trying to dismantle them. She wants to be included. She's not trying to dismantle them. Most of these coons who are dating these white women, they're not trying to. It's not like they're being an agent. You know, they're sleeping with these women so they can dismantle them, or they're sleeping with these white men to dismantle them. No, that's not the case. Is they want to be a part of them. You know, they want to be absorbed into the white community. That's why most of them marry these white guys and white women.
But this is the sick pathology, because nobody takes you serious when in one breath you complain, oh, I'm serious about racism, I want to break it down, but I'm laying up over here with this suspected white supremacist. I'm laying up with this person who I can't.
Now, I don't know if she said that. I don't know if she's saying that she's against racism. But I just can tell you this. Most black people in her case aren't calling it NWACP. They're not calling it Black Lives Matter. They're not calling the news sources about racism that's going on for everyone. They're not trying to bring awareness to racism in general. They're doing it out of their own selfish reasons. This is why she's calling them. This is why this is happening. If she can have her way, she won't have this be a black issue. She will have this just being a issue with with the store, you know, or you know, just a personal issue, not a black issue. Just like some of the sisters at the Olympics this year or last year, where they were saying, "Oh no, I didn't win this for black people. I just won this as an American." You know, all this crazy bullshit. So, a lot of these people, a lot of these coons in this situation like her, they're not bringing awareness to this for racism's sake. You know, for black people's sake. They're just doing this out of their personal need, basically, because it's happening to them.
Can't even discuss my plight with. I'm laying up with this person who will probably dismiss it and say that it has nothing to do with race. I'm laying up with this person who would probably tell me I'm just pulling the race card and having a victim mentality, when in actuality we are victims of white supremacy, but nobody takes you seriously when you're laying up with the victim. And look, it says Coralville officers who responded to Petco on Wednesday were not, and look, they're saying it definitively, were not aware of alleged racial remarks from a store employee, according to the police department. But did they provide any proof to substantiate that, though? And see, they'll say it definitively, despite no evidence of that at all. They're not providing you any evidence. They're just saying that the police department is saying that she didn't tell them that. But the police department of course they're going to say that. Of course they would, because it looks really bad on their part to not do that. This story has been clarified to include that information and note that but it's been clarified and confirmed by what?
Yeah, but anyways, this woman right there, she's a fucking coon. I mean, well, you know, I just can't. She's a coon. She's not doing this to, like I said before, bring awareness to black issues. She's just doing this out of her own selfish reasons. If she could, she'd probably exclude this from being anything that had to do with black problems. But yeah, this little coon got her wake-up call. She found out that she's a nigger. She may have went her whole life without feeling like a nigger. But now she got her wake-up call, and now she wants to cry. She wants to cry that she finally found out how it's like to be a black person. I find this shit hilarious. I do. I really do, because I love when coons get their wake-up call and they find out that they're really nothing more than the same thing that as black people are. Because according to these white people, niggers. It's hilarious. And it's not like I'm trying to have this crab in a barrel mentality, because that's not what it is. I want our people to wake up and appreciate themselves for who they are, instead of wanting to be who their enemy is. The same person, the people who oppressed you. You know, coons, we make up any damn reason. Oh, well, my white boyfriend or my white girlfriend had nothing to do with the oppression of my people. Yet today they benefit from that same system that oppressed your people. And you're saying just because their ancestors were over in Europe when we were enslaved over here has nothing to do with it. And guess what? Europe benefited a lot from slavery. I don't understand why Negroes forget this shit. and I understand why white people don't mention this shit, because they want to stay. A lot of white people play on our ignorance. They will play on our ignorance. Period. But Europe benefited greatly. They benefited greatly from invading the Native Americans. They benefited greatly from enslaving blacks. Guess where most of the resources were going during the slave trade era? It was going right back to Europe. Most of that cotton, guess where it was going? Europe. Guess where most of that sugar cane was going? Europe. Come on, stop it. Stop it, people. Stop it. All that gold that they took when they invaded the Native Americans, guess where that went? Europe. All the trees that they cut down, guess where that was going? Europe. Yep, you're right. So come on, cut me that bullshit up. Oh yeah, my family was over in Europe, and when blacks were enslaved, we didn't move over here until 1896 or some dumb shit like that. Same thing with you little Negroes. Y'all are just delusional, man. It is sickening. When I'm looking at this woman's face, it just makes me sick, because she looks like somebody I know. Come on, Coon, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. But it's good to see sisters and brothers, out there who do discourage other brothers and sisters from messing around with these fucking devils, man. Oh, man. But anyways, that's all I have to say. I've been talking for almost an hour now. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Shalom. Kwame Ashala.